Hello and welcome to another edition of the Sports Express Show. Thank you so much for tuning in today, guys. Obviously, today is Ian and News alongside Sanade Melane as usual. Brother man, you all good?
Oh, good. Man.
Yeah, we're going to start with some rugby news now from the Rugby Championship. South Africa are in, and we're 2 games into the Rugby Championship. First match was a victory against Australia, and was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday.
Yeah.
We drew against the All Blacks in our second match, which was a very tight match, very dramatic.
Yeah.
Ending to it.
It was tight. I actually managed to watch catch the second half. Very both teams defensively tight.
Low scoring match.
Very low scoring. I mean the score was 16-16, which gives you an idea. But it wasn't a boring match. Both teams, like I said, were very defensive. The defense was actually so good that each team, when they were defending, were driving the other team back. So the attacking team would resort to kicking. So it was a very tight match. And then New Zealand were leading, as one would expect in New Zealand. But then some Colby magic happened down the wing, chipped it up over the defense, and then Janchis came through the match-saving try, bounced off his chest. Luckily didn't go on the ground, grabbed it, try time. And at that point, it was 16-14. So we're just waiting for the conversion and to level the score for the conversion. But at that time it was very dramatic how it happened, because it was literally like the last play of the game, and there was the TMO decision, so people are waiting whether it will be a try or not. To be honest, I don't know what they were contesting, because even the guys I was talking to and even listening to the commentary, nobody could really pinpoint what it was they were looking for. But anyway, that added to the drama, and then it was confirmed, and it was like the 79th minute and conversion, and it was at an angle, and if it was anybody else, if it was a normal civilian, they would have shanked it. But luckily, our number 10, Andre Pollard, is a professional, and he slotted it, and after he slotted it, game over.
Okay, obviously I didn't watch the game. I couldn't watch the game at that time. So I want you to talk major improvements from the team compared to the other matches that we've played. The All Blacks, as you know, we haven't been playing well against the All Blacks in recent history. So what are your major improvements in the team in terms of how they performed, not only against Australia, but specifically the New Zealand match? Since it was such a tight game, since it was such a well performance from the Springboks, what improvements do you think were there from the team? For
me personally, the one thing that stood out a lot was the defense. I mean, there wasn't a lot of first-time missed tackles. Everybody was doing their first-time tackles. Everybody was rushing as a unit and handling their defensive efforts. One thing that I am still slightly worried about is our backline in terms of attack, because it seems like they don't know what to do. It's like, okay, here's the ball, you try something. Okay, no, I don't know what to do.
Passing on the responsibility
instead of having a structured plan of attack. I think that's where what we could work on. But to be honest, I'm picking at straws, but at the same time, you need some form of attack to win games as much as you need defense. So our defense is much improved. The forwards were on form. I mean, even the scrummaging, because New Zealand have always been that well-rounded team. They can scrummage, they can line up, they can everything. They can attack, they can defend. They've just been a well-balanced team, and we've struggled to find areas in which to dominate them. The only area that we could dominate them was we were able to match them in terms of physicality. But in terms of overpowering them, that's a different story. In this match, there were moments where the scrum, we would dominate them in the scrum, something I haven't seen in a long time. So little structures like those have been, they've impressed me. And so we'll wait to see what will happen in the World Cup. I'm still not quite yet convinced, but we'll see.
We'll see. We still have a few warm-up matches to go, of course, warming up to the World Cup. And hopefully the performances will come through and we'll play much better and going into the World Cup.
Definitely.
We're going to move over to some football news now. As we know, it's the football pre-season. And we're going to be, What's wrong?
You're
How's your heart? Okay, we're going to go into Real Madrid. The big talking point is Real Madrid. A few days ago, we played Atletico Madrid in New York.
We played baby brother, bro.
And it was, what are we going to call it? It was a drubbing.
Yeah.
The score was 7-3 in favor of Atletico Madrid.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the match, thank God. I didn't watch the highlights, thank God. Yeah.
No,
what happened?
Look, it was. I don't even know what adjectives to use for such a dismal performance.
We conceded 7 goals.
We considered 7 goals.
It doesn't, you don't even need to explain that to me.
And
to convince me it was terrible performance.
And the thing is, like, you know how the phrase goes, the defense was in 6s and 7s? Like, it wasn't, like, at least 6s and 7s are like highish numbers.
Yeah.
We were like in 1s and 2s, bro. It was so elementary to the point where it's like, are these guys seriously getting paid so much money, but yet they can't they can't be responsible?
It's not like we even hung over from anything. We didn't win anything last season.
Do you get what I'm saying?
So are we still on that tip now? That we're going to go into the new season with the same mediocre performances from last season?
You know, hopefully not. And you know, whilst looking at Zizou, you could see he was downtrodden, playing a brave face like anybody. Like, you wouldn't want your manager or the image of the team to be to show that it's worried, even though it might be, but you still want to maintain that poker face. But you could see, look at him, that, you know, to him, he envisages like a long season by what happened, because 7-3 is inexcusable. Even the goals that we scored, they were so pathetic. They were luck. Like, can you believe your 3 goals that you score? In fact, I don't remember the third one, because the first and the second one just irritated me. We didn't score goals from the field of play. We didn't show any creativity. They were just on top. Baby brother slaughtered us, bro.
Yeah.
Atletico Madrid slaughtered us proper, and it's just interesting to see how we will rise up from this. I know it's preseason, and I know, like, we shouldn't read too much into it.
Look, but people always talk about not getting carried away if you perform too well in preseason.
Yes.
We've known teams in the past who have done incredibly well in preseason, and when the season starts,
i.e. Manchester United,
they go back to their old ways of being mediocre again. But I'm actually worried about this preseason, because it's worrying the way we're losing. You know, sometimes you lose a match and you actually say, oh, okay, it's fine, we lost to Atletico Madrid, we might have lost to Chelsea or whatever, but it's preseason.
Yeah.
But if you're losing with a score of this margin, I think it's a bit worrying for me. I think there's a very uncharacteristic low confidence at Real Madrid at the moment, stemming from last season, going on to the preseason, and I think will go into the next season as well, which is very worrying for me. And I don't know how Zidane is going to turn it around in this short amount of time. I have no idea how it's going to happen.
I don't think he does as well, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Do you think he's just like he's also confused himself as to how he's going to change this thing?
I think he is. I think he is, but
you won't admit it.
Obviously, I mean, Zizou is so cool, bro. That guy doesn't walk; he just floats across the ground. But on a serious note, he is worried. He is worried, and rightfully so. 7-3 is not a joke, guys. Look, I could understand if you put 11 lighties in, like, and from the youth,
and then you lose,
and then you get a drubbing. We're talking about a 70%, 80% strong team versus another strong team, because let's be honest, Atletico packed their stars in as well. So it wasn't just a friendly for both teams. It was to prove who's boss. It was to prove who's the king of Madrid. And both teams saw it that way. But only one team turned up as the king. And it's in preseason, and that's our only saving grace. Can he turn it around? I hope so. I think so, and I hope so.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up, man. We're gonna wrap it up.
My heart's
we're almost we're almost done with July, thank God. So the month of August, as we know, is the kickoff of the football season. Starting from the 3rd of August going onwards, we're gonna be watching the Charity League, UEFA Super Cup, and the leagues of the stars. from the 9th of November going onwards. So we're looking forward to that. Very, very excited about the football season. And we're going to be talking more about that in the coming weeks, of course, Mr. Melane.
Yeah, no, we have lots in store, guys. We have lots in store. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're wrapping it up now. Please comment, like, subscribe. Those such things help the channel, guys. And we'll catch you next time.
Cheers, man.
Shut.